Wait. Oh, it's recording already. Okay. All right. Hey guys, and today I'm gonna be watching another death battle. This time it's another Marvel versus DC fight, which we have John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter, and Norrin Rad, the Silver Surfer. So it's another one of these Marvel versus DC fights where it's like they're both gonna be equal in stats, but like they're gonna have to rely on like one big factor. It's either like abilities, hacks, resistances, all that shit. If I'm honest here, I feel like that's what's gonna happen, but I feel like my my pick is on like the Silver Surfer on this one. So I'm gonna bet that he's gonna win. So yeah, I'm probably that's it says it's gonna be 23 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to split it into two parts. So let's watch the death battle.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Netflix's One Piece and
Oh yeah, the
Shady
One
Gray.
Piece. Oh, the Rooster Teeth logo changed.
Martian Manhunter, DC's Space Ranger.
Yep.
The Silver Surfer, Marvel's sentinel of the spaceways.
The depths of space hold secrets beyond our
They're
comprehension.
showing the stuff
But
from
these sage superheroes have seen
Silver
more of it
Surfer
than
Part
any
2.
of us could ever
And
hope to.
there's the
He's
movie.
Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, we're starting off with the Martian
For as
Manhunter.
long as mankind has looked upon the night sky, the
I
stars
wanted
have
to know
beckoned
more
the
about these
brave
guys
to search
because
the
I don't know
unknown
too much about
and
either of these
explore
characters,
its endless
except
wonders.
for the
Like Dr. Saul Erdell, who's
Fantastic
kind of a
Four
doctor in the same way
movie
Dr.
and
Pepper is a
cartoon, and
doctor.
then
This
Justice
guy's
League
got no
cartoons and
formal
Injustice.
education, but that didn't stop him from messing around with some ancient tech he stumbled upon.
He was desperate to live out his boyhood dreams of exploring the cosmos. So with the tech's advanced capabilities, Erdell created a machine that would bring the cosmos to him.
He pointed the machine at Mars, pushed a button, and hoped for the best. And it worked. Erdell summoned a real-life Martian right before his very eyes. So remember, kids, when in doubt, just push buttons.
Dexter's
Never
Laboratory.
fail.
The mysterious and powerful alien known
Good
as
point, Booster.
John Jones, the Martian Manhunter,
Yep, John
immediately
Jones.
started using his incredible powers in front of the Doctor, like mind
I shouldn't
reading
rely on
and
stats for
shapeshifting.
this
Which
one.
was just the tip of Erdell's discoveries. Turns out, Martians have complete control over their bodies and can transform into practically
about
anything, like a freaking dragon, an exact duplicate of Wonder Woman down to her central nervous system, or
Well-
even a totally generic green monster that loves choco cookies.
They can also shoot
Swamp
lasers
Thing.
from their eyes, fire psionic blasts, turn invisible, and phase through anything. Even Green Lantern constructs and force fields that Superman couldn't get through.
On top of all that, they've got a crazy healing factor. John has regenerated
Oh, yeah.
back from a
He can-
single limb, tiny pieces, or even
I'm
a
glad
bottle of goo.
that
This
this
display
match
of
happened instead of
awe-inspiring power
Piccolo versus
overwhelmed
Martian
Dr.
Manhunter.
Erdell's poor human heart and caused him to die in the Martian's arms.
Damn! Well, at least he accomplished his goal before he bit the red dust, right? Anyway, John used his shape-shifting abilities to hide amongst his new world by assuming the identity of a recently deceased detective named John Jones.
Oh my
What a
God.
crazy coincidence, comic book writer, you clever
Thanks,
man.
Detective John
Damn it, comics.
Jones lived a double life on Earth for
Jones.
many years,
Black
solving
chocolate
cases
cookies.
and helping as many people as
Funny
he
member
could
of the
from the
Justice League.
shadows. But eventually, he stepped out, revealing himself to the world, and helped found the Justice League of America.
And
Oh, yeah.
John definitely holds his own in the supergroup. He once pulled the Earth alongside Wonder Woman and Superman, who has stated that of all the beings in the known universe, he would be afraid to fight John.
And he should be afraid. Superman wouldn't be the first Kryptonian John has gone toe-to-toe with. He's manhandled Ultraman, who's basically evil Superman from another universe,
Damn.
and Superboy Prime, who can shatter reality with his punches.
Oh,
and is
boy.
also evil Superman from another universe.
He took a blast from Asmodel, the king angel from a literal army of heaven.
Whoa.
He's held his own against
They're already
Darkseid,
showing
the
speeds already?
manifestation of
Where's
tyranny
his
in the
ability?
DC universe. And he's fast
There's
enough to catch up to
Martian,
Supergirl
Vertigo.
and Superman, who we know flies so fast he can burst the
Oh, yeah,
bonds
they
of
said that from
infinity.
Phoenix's
So
Raven.
basically, he's just as strong and just as fast as a bunch of crazy gods and
He's
demons.
incalculable.
While Jean's strength and speed are obviously very impressive, it's also no secret that his greatest asset is his mind.
Yep,
He's one of the most
telepathy.
powerful telepaths in all of the DC universe.
He reads minds, duh, but he can also shut them down altogether. And he once made Mr.
What?
Plexiglass.
He's trying-
Mr. Mixed Pickles. F your name, that's whatever. Anyway, he
can't
got
even pronounce his
him
name,
to
that's funny.
subconsciously say his own name backwards, which God only knows because I can't say it forwards, which canceled out his powers.
His psychic
Oh.
defenses were strong enough to protect the Justice League against a worldwide telepathic attack, and his ability to sense people's feelings is so strong, he can feel every sentient being in the entire galaxy.
Wow.
And he once outthought Perpetua from the Omniverse. Who's that, you ask? Oh, just the frickin' creator of the entire multiverse.
Oh
She's
my
basically
God.
the god of everything.
Jean needed to connect
Wow.
his consciousness with everyone on Earth before Perpetua could catch up. He pulled this off by using his mental abilities within the span of Planck time, literally
Planck
the
time?
smallest possible measurement of time. In the time it takes you to count to 1, Jean could count to 1 and fly across the universe and back over 200 sextillion times.
He
Oh, boy.
outthought God. He's a faster thinker than God. And it didn't end there. John took a punch from her and walked away with just a bloody nose. And when she disintegrated him into basically nothing, he regenerated back from a hit from God.
Batman has said that in order to kill Jean for good, you would
Shapeshifting,
have to literally
Martian
destroy
vision,
every single atom
laser
in his
vision.
body one by one.
Mind
God
reading.
damn. Yeah, if I didn't love
Manipulate souls,
alliteration
yep.
so much, I'd say we change this guy's name to Martian God Hunter or something. He's basically invincible, right?
Not quite.
Nope.
Jean is not without weakness. He has a very real vulnerability to fire. At times, it has completely overwhelmed him to the point where he loses
Oh,
control
that's
of his body.
oh,
And
that's one
not
of the
just
reasons why I
literal fire
think
either.
Silver Surfer
John
might
was
win
once
because
tricked
he can
into just
exploit
thinking he was surrounded by fire.
John
and that was enough
Jones'
for him.
weakness.
Even still, Jean has been able to overcome this weakness. He's fought enemies
Okay,
with
good.
fire abilities and even taken hits from fire attacks, which leads me to believe the weakness, while potent and still able to cause real physical harm, is mainly psychosomatic.
What are you doing? I heard what you said. Weakness to fire is just in your head. I'll be a living god. Another win
That's
in the
gonna hit,
mind column
sick.
for sure. And to think there's a whole
Consistent.
planet of these guys
Okay.
out there.
Unfortunately, that's no longer the case.
And Cap has to
Before
realize
Dr.
the plans.
Erdel's
Okay,
strange
thanks for that.
experiment, Jean's
Cap.
own brother used the Martians' telepathic connection to each other against them, and the entire planet was plagued with Ronmir's curse.
As long as they stayed telepathically connected, every Martian was vulnerable to a mental fire that would overwhelm them and burn them from the inside out.
Which sadly worked very well, because the fear of fire is something Jean shares with his fellow Martians. Centuries earlier, the Guardians of the Universe, a group of immortal aliens who run the Green Lantern Corps,
Yeah.
feared that the Martian race could become too strong. So
Okay,
they programmed
that's-
the Martians with that genetic weakness to fire.
John was able to survive the fiery curse by cutting off his mental connection to his people, including his family. Unfortunately, his wife, Myria, and their daughter couldn't live with the isolation, and he had no choice but to watch them give in and burn alive.
Oh, that sucks for
Racked with
John Jones.
grief and survivor's guilt, Jean was left to wander his homeworld all alone. His only solace being shape-shifting into his lost loved ones to convince himself they were still alive.
Oh my God. Jesus, John. That is so sad.
That
Yeah, that's
pain
real
has
sad
undoubtedly
for
shaped who Jean is.
Martian
In fact,
Manhunter.
the trauma he held onto so tightly formed a literal spiritual connection with those
I'm sorry if I'm
lost
being
souls.
silent. I
A telepathic
wanna-
connection so
I
strong,
don't know too much
it
about
kept
either of
them
these
from
characters,
finding
so
peace in an
I wanna
afterlife. Let me
make
say
sure I
that
listen.
again. His grief and telepathy
And
were
I
so
might miss
strong, he prevented
information.
an entire race of people from
Try not to
moving
talk too
on
much.
to the afterlife.
It wasn't until years later that John could return to Mars and release those souls by finally letting go. And not to forget them, but to
It's hard to
embrace
meet
his
new
new
people,
life and his new home. A place
but it's
he
not
would
as hard as
defend
letting them
time and
go.
time again to make sure the Earth never suffers a fate similar to Mars.
To experience all of that, to truly know what it feels like to be alone in the vast universe, but continue to use your wisdom and power to help those in need,
Nice.
is what makes the Martian Manhunter such a noble hero.
On a planet packed with other incredible heroes, John really has set himself apart. He's risen through the ashes and emerged, the heart and soul of the Justice League.
There might be an ad.
This episode of Death Battle is
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Anyways, oh yeah. So to recap, so basically they gave him like, I'm pretty sure they gave him like universal, multiversal. I don't know if they gave him omniversal, but like they say he could go plank time, move at plank time, and then they literally said that feat from like that, like Superman, like flying at like in infinite incalculable speeds. They literally brought that feat up from Phoenix versus Raven, which was like 2 episodes ago. So he's pretty much like pretty powerful, and like they did say that his like he has like a weakness to fire, but there's like I read that like whatchamacallit, pop up that like there's still some inconsistencies while like it won't like it hasn't like thing, but it can still like I guess it depends on like how big the mount is. So yeah, he's in his own right, but like thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next part of the video where we will watch the analysis of Norn Rad, aka the Silver Surfer. Thank you.